Guys, and welcome to Crombo's YouTube channel. I need to make an intro. But anyways, for today I'll just pause it briefly. I'll just make a brief and how do I say basic tanking guide to tanking RS Heroic 25. Although the fight can seem complicated at the start, you do realize that there's 24 other people, so really if you just focus on your responsibilities as the tank and let your friends do theirs, then you will just kill the boss. And the individual responsibilities are quite simple. So let's just go into the fight. Again, as you can see here, you always want to be the first one who taunts Hallian. You actually can be comfortable with taunting about when it's 2 or 1 second left, because if Hallian goes on anybody else, it would kill. Also, when you want to taunt, you want to be around here, so Hallian doesn't move at all. The reason being is on second phase, when they go inside and Hallian is misplaced, that just might result in a wipe, and it makes it very uncomfortable to deal with cutters. So again, as the blood DK, you want to taunt Hallian first before anybody else, and also in a way that Hallian does not move at all. It's quite important. Also, on this stage, you can't really use CDs. It's one of your vulnerable situations. So if you're ever tanking RS25 Heroic, make sure one of the Paladins or the Disc Priests at this position gives you a cooldown. In this situation, let's see if he gives it to me. No, he doesn't. And as you can see here, I almost died. If Hallian hits me again, I would have died. Never mind, he actually did it. But just a bit late. I wouldn't say late because in the end I didn't die, but that's one of the vulnerable positions where everybody's moving in. So just make sure that you always get a cooldown right at the start when everybody's getting warmed up for the fight, everybody's moving. Just get a cooldown, put it up, everybody gets in their position, and then of course you can safely stay. Nothing badly will happen. So anyways, again, he'll probably do a bread soon. Let's check. He's gonna do a bread soon. You don't have to use CDs. Healers are stationed. There's no ads on you. Good times. You don't have to use CDs. Doesn't matter. You're not gonna take damage, and if you are, you're going to be quickly healed back up. There's going to be another breath. In this situation, you actually might want to use a CD, even more so on the last phase, because now healers are moving. You have to keep in mind that your vulnerable position is not only when there's a big ad on you, there's also when the healers are moving, because their heals are quite limited when they're moving. So you want to be ready to use a death strike, not necessarily to use your defensive CDs, but you want to be ready to use a death strike, a run tap, all of that healing, just to make sure that you don't wipe. So yeah, the meter is coming, and there's going to be a big ad. So in this fight, your responsibility is quite simple. Your main responsibility, it is to take the Living Inferno. So whenever it appears, always make sure to have an Icy Touch ready. I'm saying this because the Living Inferno is actually not tauntable. You cannot taunt it, and if you don't taunt it, then it could be a wipe. Reason being is, as we're going in the fight, we're going to see small ads. Yep, small ads are appearing. We actually have a second tank for Heroic, and this tank will take all the living embers to the raid, where everybody will kill them all by fan of knives. They will just kill them. The reason you're taking the Living Inferno is if the Living Embers are sitting beside the Living Inferno, they actually grow and up to a potential size as big as the Inferno. And when that happens, it's a wipe. So as the main tank, you're Icy Touching the Living Inferno. Of course, you'll be helped by MDs, by the Hunters, but still do some Icy Touches, establish aggro, and then you can go back to Hallian. And of course, this is a position where you want to use CDs. Not only does Hallian hit hard, now you have an extra add on you that hits quite decently hard. So again, this is a situation where you want to use, let's say, half of your CDs, because of course there's a meteor coming every so often. So anyways, let's go. There's going to be a breath soon. Let's see if I'm going to use my Cindy Trinket. I am. I already know breath is coming. I use my Cindy Trinket. Is it going to be in time, or did I miscalculate it? Did I miscalculate it? Oh, that was a perfect. So anyways, of course, when it breeds, this is one of the dangerous positions because it breeds, it hits. Also, there's a Living Inferno on you. So this is one of the times you can use your AMS or of the Cindy Trinket just to help out, just to make sure that you do not die. So anyways, we kill the Living Inferno. We kill all the small ads. Everybody's looking healthy. Everything is perfect. So we just keep going, and we are waiting for the second meteor, where again it's the same thing over and over again. The healers are going to start to move. This is the time you want to be ready to use some run tap, some death strike, because this is a vulnerable position of yours. The Living Inferno is spawning. You're going to Icy Touch it straight away, and then you're going to position yourself. Do I use my IBF? Yes. In this scenario, I use my IBF. I didn't have to use AMS or anything. I use my IBF because either way, we're going to go into second phase soon, and I know my IBF will be back for third phase. So I just use my IBF, get it over with, take no damage from the Inferno, take no damage from Halion, and I can just AFK at this moment. I got all my CDs, all the healers are Gucci, we're killing the Embers. This is the position you want to be. Also, after the Inferno dies and all the living Embers, you want to go to second phase. Of course, talking about the Enrage timer. And of course, we're going to do it. So next meter should not spawn. Yep, that was actually quite perfect. So next meter didn't spawn. And now we're going into stage 2. Well, congratulations. As the DK tank, that's outside. Now you can just relax, get a cigarette, go outside, talk with some friends. Whatever you want to do. Right now this fight is quite AFK. You literally do nothing. You can chat, you can check, you can go on YouTube. You can do another raid, you can do another RS heroic. So pretty much right now they went on second phase. You can start do a little RS heroic on the side, you know what I mean? But yeah, I guess I'll skip right now because there's actually nothing you can do. The only thing you can do is go inside, and you don't want to go inside, alright? So just stay outside, don't click on the portal. If you don't move at all, you're not gonna be in range. So just stay stationary, don't risk it, stay away from the portal. I've never clicked it, and believe me, I don't want to click it because it'll probably end up in a wipe. But yeah, for this position, from this position you just AFK and you're just waiting for the next phase. Let's go. Stage 3 is coming. Your DBM will show stage 3 soon, and then when it shows stage 3, you know that in like 2 seconds Halion appears. This is also one of your vulnerable stages, just like the starting position, but this time you actually fought with Halion. As you can see here, I'm full runic. Now I can use my IBF. So this is the second time I like to use my IBF. Sometimes I ask for a Hand of Sight, but I stopped. It's just easier. I do a IBF. I know I'm not going to die. So Halion appears. Boom, Halion appears, and again, he starts hitting. Nobody's here. The healers are not fully prepared yet. Best time to use IBF. Always use IBF in this position. I guess, at least from my experience, it's just a good... it's a vulnerable situation where you don't want to die, and IBF is just the best way to deal with that. So anyways, everybody's gonna appear from the portals, at least half the raid. IBF is down, but everybody's already here in position. Well, it's soon down. Bam. Now we're just going back to 0. So just like first phase, third phase is literally the same. Of course, the difference being is that all of a sudden now you have half the raid. And you don't have 5 healers anymore, you actually only have 2. So this is where your, how do I say, your reactions on Death Strike and your rune tap can really make the difference. But then again, if the H-Pala is good, you're not gonna die. But then again, he's human, you're human, people make mistakes. So you can always be ready in this fight to help out yourself by not dying and using a rune tap, some death strikes and all of that. So anyways, everybody's going back to position. There's going to be a meteor strike soon. And really it's the same thing. That's all you gotta do as a blood DK. Just taunt the living Inferno, use CDs and don't die. So in this case he was on the other side. Where is this guy going? Paladin, come back, come back. Ooh. If he was stayed there, he would just die. Pretty sure that was a one shot. But anyways, he had good reactions. I'm pretty sure we were on Discord screaming at him, and he finally realized and he came back. But anyways, the meter comes down. You're taunting, icy touching, the living Inferno. Not taunting, because again, it's untauntable. Doing icy touch as a DK does a lot of threat. So it's quite easy as a blood DK to tank outside. It's very easy to manage the living Inferno. I don't know how it would be as a Paladin. But as a DK, it's quite easy. Again, all the ads are spawning, they're being taken, that's not your responsibility. Your responsibility is aggro on the living Inferno and aggro on Halion. So in this situation, I use some cooldowns. And really it's the same thing. You want to watch out for Brett. Do I use my Cindy trinket here? Let's check. I actually don't use it, but I use a rune tap. I don't know if that made any difference. It would have been nice if I used my my Cindy trinket there. That would have been quite nice. So again, and over again. The meteor is spawning, same story over and over again. The group needs to clean. And look at the fires. Look at these fires. Damn. So yeah, this is one of the risks that can happen. As the main tank, the fire comes to you. In this situation, I don't think this was the best position. I would rather me moving here. Reason being is, you really don't want to move Halion to sides. Because if people get breathed on, they just get one shot, and if people get tail swiped, they get stunned. So in this situation, I actually move Halion to, I wouldn't say a dangerous spot, but you really don't want to risk it. So if I did it again, I would rather move here, and I'm pretty sure I would still be in range of Halion to not move at all. But still decent. I somehow fit. Do I fit? Yeah, somehow I fit nicely in there. And I'm not getting meteor striked. I think still does show. Nah, I'm not getting, but it was quite close. So as a tank, you still want to watch your position because fire can still go to you, and you can die from having the Inferno on you, having Halion on you, and also taking fire damage. And I wouldn't say can, you will. Thank God I used my Scene Trinket, some damage reduction from that magic damage. So anyways, I got aggro on the Inferno, I got aggro on the Halion. In this situation, I could use some CDs here, but I don't have them, they're on cooldown. And you're just chilling. Also, keep in mind, if you use Indestructible Potion at the start, you can use it a second time, and I'm pretty sure just as I talk, I popped it. So this is a good time to use it. All your CDs on cooldown, you already used your IBF, you used your blood tap, used the Vampiric Blood. It's quite nice to use an Indestructible Potion as well at the end of that. So anyways, once the fire is gone, I can move back to position. Now it's very safe. Again, it was quite squeezing there. If people get breathed on, they just die. So just moving back to position is quite healthy. Another meteor is coming. And again, it's the same thing. It's funny how we're doing the same thing over and over again, but it's so funny because you know you get hit by Halion, you die. So even though it's getting a bit, how do I say, you're doing the same thing, you know that if you fuck up, you will wipe. So it's quite entertaining. That's the entertaining factor for me, at least. You never know when you can just get two-shot by Halion, because it will happen if you don't get healed and you don't use CDs. So it's a very, very entertaining fight, I would say. So anyways, Living Inferno comes. It was quite a late Icy Touch, but I still got it. Nothing to worry about. Flame is perfect. That's on that side. No risk to anybody else. Living Embers are coming. Boom, 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 boom. Getting all the Living Embers. Of course, Living Embers would be on you, but again, that's not your responsibility. It's the priest who mines here. Get aggro on the Living Embers. They will come. Fan of Knives, and boom. It's all to perfection. So again, boom. The Living Ember dies. Halion is casting Breath. No need to worry about that. Healers are stationary, and there is no Living Inferno anymore. So anyways, I guess I don't really have to say much anymore. I've explained quite a lot. I think I explained everything quite in detail. All you have to do is use CDs. You can use your Scene Trinket AMS on Breath, usually when there's an Inferno on you. Use other CDs when the Inferno is on you, like Vampiric Blood and Blood Tap. And also, whenever you don't have those, you can use an IBF. And that really is the fight. And as you can see here, we move forward. We move forward, we move forward, we move forward, we move forward, we move forward until we actually kill it. Let me see the kill, let me see the kill. Yep, had the Inferno, IBF OP. It's nice because when you use IBF right at the start, you actually have it at the end. So in these clutch scenarios where everybody's like getting scared and starting to like trip a bit, maybe even the H-Bala is getting a bit scared, like, oh, we're so close, getting emotional. You know, it could happen that you just wipe. Like, I had, I think, 3 wipes on, like, 2%. So in this situation, you have your IBF on, you press the IBF, and you know you killed Halion, because you're not gonna die with IBF. So anyways, boom, boom, I pop IBF, I say IBF OP, because in this situation, I don't have to focus on the game. I have aggro on both of them, and boom, Halion is dead. So I hope you enjoyed this guide. Again, it's quite simple. All you have to do is taunt the Inferno and use CDs, and hopefully you've learned a few things. Also, I want to share actually one of the fights I think is one of the coolest RS that I've ever had. Actually, I just did it today, so that was amazing. Where's the video? Was it this one? No, it wasn't this one. It wasn't this one. Was it this one? Ah, it was this one. It was this one. So let me just mute. A lot of things are going on in the Discord. Again, it's not the simplest fight when you look from 25 people's standpoint, so a lot of talking is going on in Discord. Not even shit talking, just talking about the raid itself. Anyways, the thought that I thought it was cool because how close we were to wipe here. Yeah, this is it. So pretty much in this situation we already had people dying, and you really cannot afford to let people die in Halion. Not only because you probably won't have enough time for Berserk because it's very closely calculated, but also because the team is split in half. So every death you have is almost doubled. Like, you're just losing so much responsibility that is usually set on people. Like, everybody has a responsibility. Once somebody dies, that creates a chain and effect, and it could lead to other people dying, and of course it's very easy to wipe. I think that's why it's easy to wipe on Halion, because every person in the team is quite important. So anyways, here everything seems to be fine, except that there's a lot of people, so I guess it's not fine. We killed the living embers, so we're kind of at the edge. My health is going like to 10% like 20 times. I'm still grateful to be alive, I guess, in this fight. We had this fire, and as you can see, I just took 2 steps. All Gucci. We have this living ember, and as you can see here, 5 people dead. That's like half the raid dead. Half the raid outside is dead. Oh no. I think this guy got bretted on. I think he had the debuff, and instead of going to the other side, he just kind of did there. And the fire was here, so he's like, where do I go? And he just stand here, and he just got one shot. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Oh my boy. Anyways, living ember comes. We don't have the DPS for it. Brett is coming. I don't have CDs. But anyways, I'm full health. The healers are still good. I got a hand of sack. Yeah, I remember. That's why I didn't use CDs. I got a hand of sack, so I'm safe for now. I get aggro on the living Inferno, but as you can see here, we really have no DPS that we really. By now, it should already be dead. There's 0 damage on Halion. Everybody is trying so hard to push. There's 0 damage on the Inferno. Everybody is trying so hard to push Halion. So in this situation, I'm like, oh damn, oh snap, I've never been here before. What do I do? Of course, the first thing that clicked to my mind is that the Embers, when they stand beside the Inferno, they grow. So I tried to move the Inferno a bit. I actually don't think they were growing that much, except one of them. So I think maybe this actually made a difference, me moving the Inferno more to the side. And of course, the second Inferno came, I became quite scared. And I was just looking at all my abilities. I use my MS quite perfectly with the breath, considering I have 2 Infernos on me. And I saw my IBF is coming on cooldown. Again, it's so beautiful. You use your IBF at the start, you have IBF for a 3rd time in this clutch situation. If I didn't use it at the start and then I didn't use it on transition phase, I would have not have had it. And I probably would have died. Because again, Halion hits like a truck. Living Inferno hits like a truck. If a Living Inferno hits me with Halion, it does like 80% of my HP. So if they all hit me at the same time, no reaction from the H-Pala is going to save me. I'm dead. So that IBF was very clutch. Very, very good. It definitely saved my life. And as you can see here, boom, everybody's dying. Everybody's dying. And look now, I'm just looking to my left. Not only do I have 2 Infernos and Halion, I have like 20 ads ready to attack me. I'm like, oh no, what do I do? I have everything on cooldown. But look, I'm a DK. I have Army of the Dead. So I definitely bought 1 more second. If you guys don't know, Army of the Dead spawns ads, which can taunt. So that's already good. But also it gives you a damage reduction. So pretty much it adds your parry with your dodge. So if you have 25% parry and you have 25% dodge, when you cast Army of the Dead, you'll get a 50% damage reduction. Of course, ignoring the fact that I actually can't parry and damage anymore. But anyways, I do Army of the Dead. Tell me, if I didn't do Army of the Dead, these ads would come and one-shot me. And guess what? I do Army of the Dead. So then they attack the army and then they one-shot me. So I bought like 2 seconds. Let's check it again. I love that fight, man. Everything was used. I just love fights that actually take your potential. When do you use Army of the Dead? This is the time you use Army of the Dead. And bam! Bam! They moved like 2 more seconds. And bam! It's wiped. And guess what? We actually did it. It was probably one of the best Halions. Not the cleanest for sure, but then again, once you one-shot a boss, it's not quite interesting. It actually becomes boring. As you can see here in the chat, I'm quite happy that we actually killed it because it was very close. The closer and the more challenging the boss fight is, and the more of your, I guess, potential it uses, the more entertaining it is. Anyways, this was a Bloody K guide, supposed to be. I hope you learned from what I was talking, and I just wanted to share one of the fights that I thought was quite cool, because god damn, that was close, man. The Army of the Dead, and they say Crumble Loot Band. Wait, what? What? Not even close. Killing is Caliber, and they say Crumble Loot Band. Wait, why? Why am I getting Loot Band? I had 2 big ads on me, and y'all died. Crombo, okay, now we have another person. They saw that I was the last man standing, so they actually wanted to give me 1 million DKP. So actually, guild leader, if you see this, please give me 1 million DKP for using my abilities to the utmost potential. That AMS, into that IBF, into Army of the Dead. It's so basic, but like sometimes I fall asleep, but now I did it perfectly. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this.